What's up, guys? The May Patreon rewards are now available. Cyclonic Rift, Jace the Mind Sculptor, and Avacyn Angel of Hope are all available through the end of the month. If you'd like to support our channel and pick up these sweet proxies, you can do so at patreon.com/itresolves or by clicking the link in the description below. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another gameplay video. Today we are kind of jumping back. It's been a while since I've played a Reclamation deck, but today we are going with Temur Reclamation. So this has the standard Reclamation kind of combo where you play Wilderness Reclamation out. Ideally, you can tap your lands for a lot at the very end of the turn. So essentially, you tap all your lands. This triggers, untaps your lands at the end step. In which case you can tap them again, and that mana just adds until the turn is actually passed. And then the idea is you cast a explosion for X damage, which is a lot, and then you draw X cards. You can kind of chain these, so like if you don't have quite enough mana to finish off the opponent right away, you could still deal a lot of damage to them, and then draw X cards, and then ideally you'll probably get into a position where, you know, you'll have another one. So within this deck, as far as Ikoria cards go, we only got like 2 upgrades. Essence Scatter, counter target creature spell, instant for 2 mana. Pretty straightforward. Not anything crazy, but obviously we're going to be facing down a lot of creature decks in best of 1. So it kind of makes sense to have these main deck. And then Shark Typhoon as kind of a twofer. It's a bit of an external win con. So it can spit out stuff under Teferis. It can, you know, kind of do some major stuff just by cycling it. You can also just cycle it for a large amount thanks to Wilderness Reclamation. But on top of that, you know, if you do play this out, obviously all of the deck, except for Uro, is a non-creature spell. So you're probably going to be getting enough damage in flying sharks, I should say, that you'll probably be able to win. But to kind of go over the rest of the deck here, we do have Scorching Dragonfire as a way to deal with creatures and planeswalkers, 3 damage to either one. If it would die, you exile it instead as well, which is actually very relevant in this metagame. Growth Spiral just helps us ramp. Very easy card to throw into this. Thassa's Intervention is a 1-of here. It's an instant. Again, you can pay X, so anything with X in its casting cost is going to be really nice with Wilderness Reclamation. You get to look at the top X cards of your library, put up to 2 of them into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order, or counter target spell unless its controller pays twice X. This is actually really, really good, I think, in this deck. Interesting, we only have 1, but I'm interested to see how it goes. We've obviously got a lot of other interaction as well. So speaking of interaction, we do have Mystical Dispute as a 3-of. Counter target spell unless the controller pays 3. If it's a blue spell, it costs 2 less to cast, so only 1 blue. And then, of course, 3 Uro to, again, help ramp us. Also gives us another win con. Storm's Wrath, we've got a 3-of. Deals very, very well with opposing boards. Wilderness Reclamation, we're actually only running 3 in this list. A little bit strange. Normally you would see 4, but we're going to test this list out as we found it. Shark Typhoon 4, Expansion Explosion 4. So as far as the lands go, our basic land split: 2 island, 1 mountain, 2 forests. We do have 3 Castle Vantress in here as well to help us scry. 1 Temple of Epiphany and 1 Temple of Mystery. We've got 4, 4, and 4 on the shock lands here. 3 Ketria Triome, and then 3 Fabled Passage to help not only deck thin, but also just search out the mana that we need. So that's the deck, guys. I'm excited to try this one out. It has been a long time since I played a Reclamation deck, but I'm actually kind of excited about it. Let's go ahead and... Whoops. My bad. Let's go ahead and do this. Here we go. All right, let's jump on into game 1. We're going to test this guy out, as we always do. The plan is we'll do 2 videos, 3 games each, and hopefully we won't lose too many frames. Been having issues with our network. I know a lot of people have during all this. I mean, more people are online. It makes sense, but it's a bit frustrating, I will say. I will keep this. It's not an amazing hand, to be honest, but we do have the option to leave up a Scorching Dragonfire on 2, or, you know, kind of hold off till turn 3 and get an Uro out. So we'll see. We will lean on the Temple of Epiphany, or excuse me, Mystery to start with. Looks like we're against the cycling deck. I'm gonna keep that. Don't love it, but I am gonna keep it. And here we can Dragonfire this to just go ahead and kill it. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and kill it now, just so they can't respond with too much. In a cycling deck, it's pretty easy to respond to a lot, so let's avoid that. All right. Unfortunately, they do have another one, but that's okay. Let's do this. We'll throw the castle down, get Fabled Passage down, and let's go ahead and crack this here. We're really wanting to thin our deck a good bit here so we can get to Wilderness Reclamation. Next turn we can drop Uro if we would like, or cycle away one of these Shark Typhoons to maybe trade off, or, you know, we'll see what we need to do. The name of the game right now is just to stay alive until we can get to a strong expansion explosion. Okay, well, let's do this. Let's do this. Gain a little bit of life. Storm's Wrath is pretty solid. Now, that most likely it's not going to end up killing this Flourishing Fox, but it is going to get rid of a lot here, so that's going to at least keep us in the game. We are going to be taking a pretty big hit here, worth noting. We're already at taking 8. Probably going to be more than that, if I had to guess. Yep. All right. The only good thing I will say is they are a bit all in. I mean, like, cycling this away just makes me think, okay, they probably don't plan on losing this, which obviously may or may not be the case. We just have to be careful not to die to this, essentially. Let's go ahead and do this. Not a huge reason not to. Just get a island. I think we have to do this. And what we can do is just cycle away one of these for 1. Just to be able to block this if it goes, you know, really out of hand. Next turn, let's see, we can Expansion Explosion. Oh, that's mean. That's very mean. Yeah. Let him attack in first. Woo, cycle for 1. Killing it. I mean, we stayed alive. We just have to hope they don't have another one of these Zenith Flares. Ugh, I hate that card. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. That doesn't do it. We can do this, which I think is the best bet, right? So it only gains us a little bit, but draws us a card. Yeah, we'll throw that down. And we'll pass. We'll see if we can make this work. Good news is we've got a few options. Bad news is they're not great options. Yeah, like that's not a good option. That does stop this, though. Worth noting. They're short 1 mana from paying for it. Yep. If they attack in, obviously we have to block, so that's fine. And they didn't. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Well, in that case, we could attack here, gain 3. Probably not the best bet. We can play the Shark Typhoon just for the heck of it, or we can just leave up Thassa's Intervention, which I think is probably just the right call. The other I do question whether or not we should attack in here. I'm gonna say no. I don't think that that's correct. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we can only deal 4 damage to anything. Yeah, that's fine. We can Dragonfire that, so I don't care that much. In fact, so let's just go ahead and do that here. I mean, they're dealing some damage, don't get me wrong. Yep. Most likely, I'm going to cycle this Shark Typhoon now that they are tapped out. Just to block this, like double block it, and hopefully, you know, theoretically stabilize. We'll see. We're going to have to make them play another card, essentially. We just really have to hope they don't have that Zenith Flare, essentially. Yeah. So we can do it for 4 here. Let's do it. We gotta try. I mean, this does kill it. So it does remove a threat, but they're gonna be able to obviously kill one of ours. Yeah. Okay. So we need 1 more card in the graveyard, huh? We can just cycle that. Worth it. Probably not worth it. Did not need to shock ourselves. That was just a mistake, to be brutally honest. Yeah. Alright, so this kind of comes down to if they've got a Zenith Flare. I mean, that's pretty much where we're at right now. We should not have taken that too, so that was just a mistake, but yeah, that's essentially where we're at right now. And it looks like they are just going to be cycling to that. Hey, they may already have it. If they don't have it here, though, that's good. That just means they can't play it unless I guess unless they get a land and that. Wish we could just exile their graveyard. That would be, oh, like throw Ashiok in here. Golden. Yep. So now we just essentially have to leave up the Thassa's Intervention like endlessly. Let's do this first. Put a Castle Vantress down. I'm playing it safe. We could deal, let's see, how much damage could we deal? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So not quite enough yet. So we're gonna pass. We have to leave up the intervention. Otherwise we just lose to a Zenith Flare. What can they not pay? Whew. Really glad we left up that intervention. We have to hope they don't have 2. All right, opponent just kind of thinking. Worth noting it's twice X. We paid 3. There we go. We got it. That was a hard-fought game. Whew, that was a little tough. it feels pretty good though. We did not even get to do the cool part of this deck, unfortunately. But I think the fun part of this list is that there are multiple options to win. So obviously the Wilderness Reclamation plus Explosion is like the big one. But you can kind of just take over with strong like Uro plays or strong Sharknado plays. So I like it. I like it. Feels pretty good. I really like Shark Typhoon in this list. Like, that's solid. Yeah, we'll keep. We'll probably just Fabled Passage first. We'll wait till the end of their turn. Probably just a Guild Gate. That's interesting. We'll get the island here. It doesn't matter too much which, you know, island or forest. We could have kind of gone either way, but my question is, should we just go ahead and Scorching Dragonfire this? I'm going to say we can hold off, but that may be incorrect. Ooh, that's nice. We'll enter that tapped and pass. Okay. Boom. All right. We're just going to do this here. I think this is correct. Not 100% sure. Like, we could have just played Uro or Scorching Dragonfire or something, but I think this is just more mana efficient. And it's a 3-for-1, essentially. Really like a 2-for-1, but, you know. Okay. Glad we held on to the Scorching Dragonfire, to be honest. I'm gonna discard the Growth Spiral. Kinda glad I did. Well, sort of. Let's go ahead and do this here. And we'll pass. Leaving up Essence Scatter or Scorching Dragonfire, depending on what they do. Looks like Essence Scatter it is. Mayhem Devil is such an annoying card. Ugh. Here they're going to get a mountain, so that way they can Croxa probably next turn. We'll get second green. Just to make sure we've doubled up on all of the colors that we might need, and we'll go ahead and Uro. We can still leave up the Dragonfire, so not too worried about that. And that just gives us all the mana we need next turn. We can also, yeah, so we can actually just play out Uro next turn if we would like. The assumption here is they're just going to probably Croxa. No, they're going to Mire Triton. Well, in that case, I'm probably just, if they do play Croxa, probably just going to discard the other Uro. I mean, these cards are very, very good in my opinion. Uro's very good as well, but we're planning to kind of play this one out here, so. That also goes fairly well. You know, like we can block this if we need to. Yep. I'm going to go ahead and Dragonfire this, mostly to be mana efficient, but also that is a Death Toucher, so it is something we do kind of have to be considerate of. Yeah, let's do this. Gain our 3, hopefully hit a land. Wilderness Reclamation's pretty good. I will take that. And, well, they're not going to play a blue spell, but I think we discard that. I'm okay with blocking here. They don't have cards in their graveyard, so we do. Let's just take the opportunity to play the Reclamation. It'd be great to get another Uro down, but they are at a point right now, at least, where it's not going to be a huge deal for us to get this down now. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now we will go ahead and play this. So we do have to get rid of an Uro to play an Uro, but can't play more than one anyway. Sorry for the lack of frames here, guys. Every once in a while it's gonna dip. Network errors. Essence Scatter, a fantastic draw. Just means we have a hard counter to whatever they plan to do, if anything. Looks like nothing. In that case, I'm going to cycle this for 3. Go ahead and get a little bit of extra value, as well as another creature out here. And a second Wilderness Reclamation. Let's attack here. We'll let that enter tapped. That's fine, if they want to block. Yep. Play another Wilderness Reclamation. So here is where we can kind of start to go for it. So let's do this. Let's resolve. Let's do this. Red, doesn't matter really. Resolve. And this is what we're talking about when we get to do the kind of cool trick here. Okay, so 3, 8, 9. So we're gonna deal 9. We'll just do this straight up to them. Am I missing something? Oh, duh. I have to target 2 people. One player draws, one player gets damage dealt to him. Okay, now we do have to discard a lot of cards, obviously, but that's kind of fine. Discard that. We'll discard that. Probably a couple lands here. Growth Spiral. And Storm's Wrath. We don't really need the Wrath now. We've got double Essence Scatter plus a Scorching Dragonfire. So I feel okay that that's not really our game plan. That being said, it might have been correct to kind of steal one of them. Okay. That's fine. It doesn't matter. They may sacrifice this somehow, like if they've got a Witch's Oven, but yeah, they didn't. Okay. Let's throw you out tapped. Let's throw you out. And at this point, we definitely just have the win. Make sure we put our stop at the end. That is a very key thing with this deck. Oh, whoops. Technically did that too early. Okay. Regardless, we had won it. We only need to deal 5 damage to him. So, awesome. That was more like what this deck is looking to do, if that makes sense. This is, I mean, if you have not seen a Reclamation deck, I would be highly surprised. This has been something that's been out for quite a while. But I like the upgrades, I will say. Essence Scatter, I mean, it's just a solid best of 1 card. That's kind of the reality of it. There's a lot of creatures. It's great to deal a lot of damage to them. More importantly, though, the Sharknado is great. Okay, this is a weird hand. They're on a Garuda deck. So we do have a little bit of time. I'm going to try this. This may be 100% incorrect. If we had green mana, this would be amazing. Ask and you shall receive. We'll play this out, but it's not going to. The reality is this probably isn't going to be able to hit anything. Okay. Let's play you out and we'll pass. We can do either of these, whichever one we feel necessary. Perfect. Throw you out. We're gonna put you on the bottom. And we'll pass. They're not ramping as hard as these decks normally do, I will say that. I did see a very cool combo. Oh, they are out of lands. Ooh, that feels bad. Granted, technically we were too, but we'll gloss over that. Yeah, we're just gonna do this. Perfect. Chances are we'll win this solely because they lost lands, and we had a very counter-heavy hand. Let's get red here. I don't think it matters too much at this point. Yeah. Unfortunately, they just didn't have any lands. Normally, I would go to a game 4. We're already kind of close to that 30-minute mark, so I'm going to go ahead and stop it here. Regardless, though, I mean, we're 3 for 3 so far with this deck. I like the upgrades. They're small upgrades, generally. Like Essence Scatter, meh. But the Shark Typhoon, very, very solid upgrade. We saw it really save our butts in that first game, just to be able to throw out a blocker. Not only that, but it digs us through our decks. So there's a lot of upside to that card. Absolutely love it. Very excited to jump into video 2 with this. So please stick around for that. If you are not already entered in our Ikoria giveaway, you certainly can enter. All you got to do, subscribe to the channel, comment on any video, does not matter which one, with hashtag Ikoria giveaway. If you do that, we'll let you know that you entered, and the winner will be picked on, or chosen on Saturday, May 16th. That is the Saturday right after Ikoria drops in paper. We ship that out via Card Kingdom, usually. So it may take just a little bit longer than normal, but we'll certainly get it to you. So thank you guys so much. We've had a lot of support already with that. Thank you for watching this video. Certainly appreciate that as well. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks a lot, guys. See you then.